They told my 15-year-old daughter that her father's death was her fault, and that she was going to hell for not raising his affair babies. So I handed the entire church proof of what really happened, including pictures of her dad cheating with the woman who gave birth to those babies. Next Sunday, let's just say the hymn books looked a little different. If you've ever watched someone rewrite history to make you the villain and dreamed of burning their lives to the ground, then you're in the right place. Smash that like button, hit subscribe, and buckle up, because this isn't just revenge. It's redemption, one binder at a time. When you hear family drama, most people think of arguments over dinner or a weird uncle at Thanksgiving. Me, I'm 46, a single mom. And my version of family drama includes cheating, custody battles, orphaned affair babies, and ex-in-laws trying to move into my home. Yeah, buckle up. Last year, my ex-husband died in a sudden accident. Tragic, yes, but also complicated. Because when he died, his dirty laundry came tumbling out. He'd been cheating on me for years, and not just emotionally. He fathered 2 sons with another woman who also died in the same accident, leaving 2 baby boys parentless, and my daughters 17 and 15 completely wrecked. They were the ones who found out about the affair. They saw the messages, the photos. They were the ones who told me. So yes, they're in therapy. And no, they do not want to play big sister to the affair babies. Would you? But that didn't stop my ex-in-laws from guilt-tripping, gaslighting, and flat-out bullying them for not stepping up. They even tried to get custody of my daughters. Tried to move in with us. One we're fighting in court. The other? Absolutely not happening. Now, fast forward to my youngest daughter's birthday. She didn't want a big party right away, so I gave her a budget and let her loose at the local weekend market. Fresh produce, eggs, homemade fudge. It's usually her happy place. Till I got a phone call. She was sobbing. I could barely understand her through the crying. Something about older women being cornered and unchristian. I grabbed my eldest and sprinted to her. What I found made my blood boil. 6 older women, some familiar faces from my ex-in-law's church, had surrounded my 15-year-old daughter and were berating her, calling her unchristian, saying she was selfish for not helping raise her poor orphaned baby brothers, accusing her of abandoning her family. She stood there, frozen, her arms shaking, eyes red, her little bag of chocolate crushed in her fist. That was it. I stepped between them and my daughter like a lioness. Go pay for your stuff, I told my eldest. Take your sister to the car. Then I turned around and unleashed hell. You have no right to speak to my daughter like that, I said. One of them sneered. You're the reason those boys are growing up without family. Shame on you. Oh, really? I replied. Because last I checked, my daughters aren't therapy props for a cheating dead man's mess. Another one jumped in. A good Christian wife wouldn't disobey her husband's parents. You were blessed to have him. I actually laughed. Blessed. He cheated, lied, and you used it by and supported it. Their faces contorted. The yelling got louder. Eventually, security asked all of us to leave the market. As we walked to the car, the women followed us like vultures circling a dying animal. But I wasn't dying. I was just getting started. That night, after the girls were asleep, I messaged a former friend from that church, someone with a conscience. He apologized, said he'd heard what happened at the market. Then he sent me the post my ex-mother-in-law had put in the church's Facebook group. And let me tell you, it was a novel. She wrote that my daughters and I had left them homeless, penniless, and emotionally shattered, that we refused to let them see their grandbabies, and that I had rejected the twin boys because they were boys, not girls. But the worst lie. She claimed the affair partner was our surrogate, that I couldn't have more children. So they lovingly chose surrogacy. And I, the wicked barren wife, refused to love the children because they weren't from my womb. Disgusting. And conveniently, nowhere did she mention the cheating. That was it. These people had manipulated, lied, and now weaponized faith to publicly shame 2 innocent girls. And since my divorce wasn't finalized when my ex died, I had everything legally accessible. Texts, photos, emails, receipts. I took the next day off work and headed straight to the print shop. Printed everything on glossy, high-quality paper. Pictures of my ex kissing his affair partner in our living room. Texts like, "I love you more than my wife." Emails between him and his parents supporting the affair. And the worst ones. Messages from my ex-in-laws calling my daughters bastards, saying they were responsible for their father's death because they told me the truth. One of those messages was sent just 2 days after he died. Back home, I got crafty. I assembled personalized binders made to look like the prayer booklets the church gives out every Sunday. On the first page, a full-page photo of my ex and his mistress making out faces clear as day. Underneath, John and Misty's holy union, a love story. The contrast was divine. I knew the church well enough. There was a desk in the back where people could pick up or return him books. They never checked them. So Sunday morning, I slipped in early and unnoticed, dropped off 30 binders, and left. By that evening, the church's Facebook group was imploding. The comments were glorious. People calling my ex a disgrace, calling the mistress names I cannot repeat. The pastor had to step in to keep things PG. But the best part? Suddenly, the narrative shifted. People began apologizing to me. To my daughters. Some still said I was wrong for filing for divorce. But most said things like, "After what you went through, no wonder. We understand now. We hope you'll come back to the light." I even got handwritten letters mailed to my home. One said, "We failed your daughters. Please forgive us." The next Sunday, the binders were gone. But the damage, done. My ex-mother-in-law made one final dramatic Facebook post. "I feel alienated, forgotten, betrayed by the people I prayed with. No one respects the elderly anymore. If my son were alive, he'd care for us." Oh, really? With what money? Because while she cries about abandonment, she conveniently leaves out that I was the breadwinner. The house, mine. The car, mine. The insurance and bank account, left to our daughters. But here's the kicker. My ex had told me he updated his will to leave everything to our girls. Turns out, he lied. He left it all to his parents. And yet, I didn't fight it. I let it go, because I wanted to move on. But they couldn't. Revenge isn't always about getting even. Sometimes it's about setting the record straight. About showing the world the truth, loudly, clearly, and with receipts. Because when someone tries to rewrite your story, you don't just fight back, you publish a better version. If that was one of the most satisfying takedowns you've ever heard, hit that like button and subscribe for more. Drop a comment with the worst lie someone ever told about you and how you clapped back. And remember, sometimes the best revenge is just telling the truth beautifully.